Apex has so many things to grind towards, like a 20 bomb, like a 4K, but we're going to be going over the most insane ones and tier listing them. Like the challenge that takes 2,000 hours that nobody has done yet, a challenge that you just might be able to do, and a grind that took somebody nearly 5 years to complete, and more that are going to be tier listed by their difficulty. And we're going to start off with a simple one, the 20 bomb and 4K. These badges are infamous in Apex Legends because they are a true test of your skill. 20 kills in one game is an absolutely insane feat, and it's very rare to get. But where I'm going to put these might surprise you, and it kind of sets the foundation for the video. Because, believe it or not, 0.862% of people have a 20 bomb badge equipped, and 1.889% of people have a 4K badge equipped. And this is actually quite common compared to some of the challenges we're going to talk about in this video, so this is going in C tier. They are relatively pretty easy if you're a good player. If you're not, I'm sorry. But this next one for the tier list, much like many others on this list, is currently pretty much impossible. And this is weapon-wide mastery in Apex Legends, and this is estimated to take around a minimum of 2,000 hours. Basically, this is a banner frame that is only earned when you get level 100 in every single weapon inside of Apex. All 28 of them, which is a crazy feat, and currently nobody has this. Now, where I'm going to put this again might be a bit controversial, but I'm putting it here because this has only been in the game for one season, and if it was in the game since launch, a few people would have it. So I'm putting this in A tier, which begs the question, what's going to go in S tier? Well, you'll find out. But onto the next thing we're going to tier, and this one's quite simple, at least relative to everything else on this list, because this is maxing out your Battle Pass badge per season. Now, I must admit, I personally have really struggled to complete Battle Passes lately, mostly because I'm busy making videos, or I'm just doing hobbies I enjoy, but a lot of people do complete these badges every season. I would say about 5% of players, so this is going in tier D. It's pretty easy to do, but does require a grind, and is a timed exclusive thing. You can only do Battle Pass badges while the season is active. And for the next item on the tier list, I've got some actually pretty interesting facts, because it's the heirloom and getting an heirloom job. A lot of people are yet to get this achievement, or at least I'm led to believe by my YouTube comments, and I've got some facts. Because you get packs from leveling up, right? Well, how many levels does it take to get 500 packs to get a guaranteed heirloom? Well, I worked out with Apex Legends Status' heirloom counter, and it takes 1,912 levels to get 500 packs that guarantee an heirloom. Now, obviously, this doesn't count treasure packs and stuff like that, but it's still pretty interesting that your level badge has to look like this to get 500 packs. I mean, at least it's possible now though, right? Regardless, heirlooms are more common than they seem, so this is going in C tier. And the next two things we're going to tier list are kind of going to be flashpoints. These are really difficult, but they're really related to each other. So these are 100, 200, and 300k kills on your account respectively. And it's actually quite surprising how rare some of these get. Now, 100k kills is a lot of kills, but surprisingly, quite a few people do have 100k kills on their account. Last time it was checked a few months ago, 565 players had 100k or more kills on their account, which is still pretty rare, but not compared to the others. So 100k kills is going in B tier because it is pretty easy to get, but there's harder ones, like 200k kills, believe it or not, guys. And considering that 565 people have over 100k kills in Apex, how many do you think have over 200k? Well, it's only 15 people that hold this achievement, making it quite rare, but once again, still quite achievable. You know, the game's getting old out, people grind, but then we get to the tier where it takes the cake. 300,000 kills on one account, which is insane. Like, do I have to repeat this? 300,000. This is extremely rare, with currently only 2 people in the world holding this record, and one near him pretty closely. Both of the players who have hit 300k kills have done it within the last few months, so this is quite a new achievement, and because only 2 people hold this, and they've been grinding at this for 4 years, nearly 5, they are going in S tier. Granted, some other things on this list, like the weapon mastery that I talked about earlier, nobody in the world has, but that's only been out for 1 season. But for the next tier we're going to rate, how about we tone it down a bit, because that is an insane achievement and we can't really up it. So for the next tier we're talking about prep players. Being a prep player is still quite an impossible task and it's pretty rare, but there are 4 platforms, yes, Switch is one of them, that hold 750 pred slots each, making it possible to have 3,000 preds per season, making it quite a rare achievement. And to most Apex players, preds are the peak of peak players. These people grind a lot, so this is going to be put at B tier. Yes, it's on the same tier as 100 100k kills, but it requires a lot more consistency than 100k. I mean, seriously, who the hell wants to be grinding 13 hours a day for a badge? The next thing we're rating though is level 500, which used to be the max level in the game until they added 2,000 levels in total. And honestly, these days, it is not the most impossible task to get level 500. It's quite easy, and Respawn have actually brought back double XP events, which they hadn't done for many years up until a few months ago, which definitely helps players a lot. But now level 500 has become quite an unnotable level, because after you pass it, you just progress onto the green levels. So I'm going to put it at C tier. I would put it at D tier, but if you started fresh today, it will probably take you around a year to hit level 500. It does take some grind still. But, like the last one on this list, this next one that we're rating is actually quite possible to do by yourself if you try hard enough. There's a few cheeky little ways around it which we'll go over. But this is actually getting level 100 on weapon mastery. Now this sounds pretty hard, and it's quite hard. A lot of people still haven't hit level 100 because it does require heavy dedication to one specific weapon, but you can get it pretty easily if you hold your weapon. For some reason this really boosts your points up to a point where it seems like a glitch more than anything, but you can easily get level 100 on the weapon if it's in your head at all times. Obviously, it will still take a long time to grind. Funnily enough, you have to do this 28 times to get that banner nobody has that we talked about at the start of this video, which is obviously pretty hard. And also in this mastery system, when it first came out, hitting level 100 on a weapon would only get you a banner frame related to that weapon. But recently, Respawn added a new thing, which is whenever you hit level 100 on a weapon, the user interface will make that weapon a nice shade of gold in your inventory, which kind of makes the challenge a bit more worth it. But in my opinion, there needs to be more rewards for these challenges, because currently there's no incentive to focus up and grind these. So that will be landing weapon mastery on tier C. It is really hard, but if you focus up and actually grind it and hold your weapon out, you could do it in a few weeks or even a month. And onto the final thing we're rating, and this is more of a PSA than a rate, but basically, you know, when Revenant Reborn was announced, Respawn did say everybody will unlock him when he drops, but the thing is, you have to complete some challenges to fully keep him after the season ends. And these challenges are in game right now, and still a few people haven't realized this. They just think they're getting Revenant Reborn for free. But there's a lot of challenges based around basically using him. You have to get 40k damage with him, which is the hardest one, and also some ability stats. And if you don't complete this by the end of the season, it seems you will not unlock him and you have to buy him with legend tokens. Still, this is a pretty easy challenge. It's just kind of a warning for you guys to do this. So this is going to land a D tier. Although stop, wait a minute. I said that was the final one on this tier list, but I have one challenge, which is so unbelievably hard, and the only reason I didn't put it on this tier list is because it's no longer possible to get. And this is the Max Wild Frontier Champion badge. It's one of the only animated badges that aren't to do with battle passes or ranks, and it was so hard. More people have dev badges equipped than this badge. And what did you have to do? Well, you had to get 50 wins on 7 different legends, because there was only 7 legends released at the time. The thing is, this meant you had to get 350 wins in total. You had to get 50 wins on Wraith, 50 wins on Pathfinder, 50 wins on Gibraltar, etc., making this infamously unbelievably hard to get. A huge grind, and I don't think we'll ever get a badge like this again, because Respawn will probably be blamed for sending people actually insane. So yeah, that would be the top on this tier list if I was including challenges that you can't currently do. But how many tasks and achievements have you done on this tier list? And have you ever seen anybody, not with a prep badge, but with this Wild Frontier Champion badge? Be honest and subscribe.